Is there anything that you would stop if somebody stopped you and was like, wow, I have such a passion for human trafficking victims or even just the anti-trafficking movement in general. I want to make a difference.
Yeah.
Is there something that you would say to them? And I realize there could be 100 answers for 100 people, but what would your general message be to somebody that's saying, hey, I want to make a difference?
I think that a lot of times people don't realize that you can make a huge difference in where you already are.
Good.
So a lot of people think they need to quit their job and raise money and open a rescue home.
Okay.
But that job that she quit, she may have been a doctor.
Sure.
That we need in the emergency room.
Sure.
And so I feel like for a lot of people, it's a relief for them to hear, oh, I can do something and I'm already a nurse, already in the, we've had hairdressers do our girls' hair when they come in.
Yeah.
And because they're not usually taken care of real well. And getting your hair and your nails done helps you feel good about yourself. And so, that's been a huge gift to a lot of our girls. And we have dentists that see them and we have doctors that see them. And without all of those different people being aware of the issue and offering what they already have to the girls coming out, it's in the moment, it's more valuable than that person quitting their job and opening a rescue home.
It's good.
Because they need a lot of help.
Yeah.
We need wraparound services all the way around like 10 times.
Yeah.
But the other thing I think too, I tell people is, there's a lot more people doing stuff now than there were even just 5 years ago.
Sure.
And so just research what's going on and lend strength to people that are doing stuff. We don't, starting your own thing isn't necessarily a need, especially in the beginning, but getting together with people, bringing unity in a city, working collaboratively. That's key.
Can you talk about that? I have a lot of personal experience with this, but I'd love to hear from you. The reality of being collaborative, working well with others. I love what you're saying. It's like, hey, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to get it all done yourself. But I hear you saying, I'm making an assumption now. Are you saying, Christina, are you saying that we need each other to get this stuff done?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, well, talk about how that's rolled out for you. Like some of the positives, some of the negatives. Don't incriminate anybody.
Totally. I wouldn't do that.
I'm kidding. I know you wouldn't. But talk about what it's looked like to collaborate and work well with others, leverage strengths, finding your lane and running in it. It sounds like a beautiful idea, but is it really that simple?
No, it's not. I think that everybody goes through the initial, oh my gosh, I'm called to this. This is amazing. God said, I'm going to make a difference. I'm going to rescue these girls. And then they just go full force and don't really think about what anybody else is doing. And they're going to do all this work. And then I feel like I've seen almost everybody, including myself, go through that stage in the beginning, and then you get kind of in the trenches and you see it, and then you're like, oh wait, I actually don't want to do all this by myself.
Yeah.
And then you kind of want to build a team, and then the more work that you're doing and the more favor you get and the more open doors and the more girls and the more this and that comes along, then you realize that it's a developmental issue.
Okay.
And that if we just rescue the girl and rehabilitate her and prosecute the trafficker or the buyer, we're not really getting rid of the reason why she was vulnerable to the trafficker in the first place.
Yeah.
And so it is a community-wide, citywide, statewide, nationwide developmental issue. And so there has to be people on many different layers doing many different things everybody connected. And I think the key is that everybody has value for what the other person is doing. Yeah. So this person is kicking in doors, and that sounds real great. This person is, just doing hair for the girls that come out. But these two people have to have the same value for what the other one is giving towards the issue.
Beautiful.
And I think that's where it's coming around, but I think that's where there's been roadblocks before where it's like, oh, well, I'm doing this. Oh, well, she's just doing that. I mean, we'll kind of work with her there. But if there was value for all the small pieces and big pieces and all the pieces in between, I think that it would be easier to connect and collaborate in unity towards the issue, because when you're really in it and doing the work, you realize you really don't want to do it by yourself.
Yeah.
Or you don't want your organization to do it by themselves.
Yeah.